What if I told you your next step could be the one that breaks your hip? Not from a fall, not from a stumble, but from bones so thin they crumble like dry cornbread beneath your own weight. This isn't just aging, this is silent bone loss after menopause. And it can turn simple moments into serious injuries. In this video, we'll gently uncover 5 early signs your bones may already be weakening after 60, and what your body is trying to tell you before it's too late. Because this kind of danger doesn't knock. It sneaks in, quiet as a shadow, while you're still smiling through the day, thinking everything's fine. Let's start gently. Have you noticed your back feels different lately? Not sharp pain, but a deep, dull stiffness. That wasn't there before. Maybe it's harder to stand tall. Maybe your favorite coat doesn't sit quite right anymore. You look in the mirror, and your shoulders curve in ever so slightly. You chalk it up to aging or posture, but it could be something else. Bone loss often begins in the spine, slowly compressing it, making you shorter, changing your shape without a sound. It doesn't scream, it whispers, and if left unchecked, it can set you up for fractures you never saw coming. And here's something even more subtle. Have you noticed your grip isn't quite what it used to be? Opening a jar, twisting a doorknob, holding that heavy casserole dish out of the oven. It feels harder now, doesn't it? That quiet weakness in your hands, that slow shift in strength, can be an early clue that bone density is fading not just in your spine, but in your wrists and arms too. And sometimes, it's not even about strength. It's about how easy it is to bruise now. Like your skin and bones both got thinner, so even a light bump leaves a mark. These signs aren't random. They're connected. They're part of a bigger story your body's trying to tell you. So stay with me, because knowing what to look for just might save you from a fall that changes everything. Sometimes the warning signs don't come from pain, but from silence. A silence so soft you only notice it when you stop and think, when did I stop feeling steady? Have you felt that? You're walking across your living room in Kansas City, same floor you've walked for 30 years, but now your steps feel a little more careful, your balance just a touch off, not enough to fall, but enough to hold on to the counter a second longer. That tiny shift in balance, that instinct to move slower, can be your body's quiet alarm. As bone density fades, your muscles and reflexes try to compensate, but deep down your foundation is changing. And the scariest part, you might never know until one wrong turn ends in a fracture. Now think back to this. Has your height changed over the years? It's easy to shrug it off. Of course I've shrunk a little. Everyone does. But losing more than an inch or two after menopause? That's not just normal aging. That's your spine compressing, vertebrae weakening, the structure of your bones giving way slowly and silently. Deborah from Ohio wrote to her doctor after realizing she'd gone from 5 feet 6 inches to 5 feet 3 inches in just a few years. She didn't have back pain. She didn't fall. She just shrunk. When they scanned her bones, the loss had already begun, and she had no idea. There's also a kind of fatigue that creeps in. Not just tiredness, but bone-deep exhaustion. You wake up after a full night's sleep in Portland, Oregon, and your legs feel heavy. Your arms lack their usual strength, not sore, just weary. This kind of fatigue can come from weakened muscles, struggling to support brittle bones. It's your body working overtime, quietly, to keep you standing tall. All these changes, your balance, your height, your strength, they don't happen overnight. They come in whispers, soft but serious. And the sooner we learn to listen, the better chance we have to stay strong, on our own 2 feet, living fully and freely, not in fear of the next step. There's one more sign that often hides in plain sight: your teeth. You're brushing one morning in a quiet little home outside Dallas, and you notice your gums feel tender. Maybe your dentist has mentioned receding gums, or that your jawbone looks less dense on x-rays. But here's the thing most folks don't realize. Your jaw is made of bone, and when estrogen levels drop after menopause, that bone can weaken just like your hips or spine. Tooth loss, shifting teeth, loose dentures. They're not always just dental problems. They're clues Clues that your bone health might be fading in places you've never thought to check. And it's not just about your jaw. Think about how often you've felt like your body's just changing. Not drastically, but subtly. Clothes fit differently. Shoes feel a little looser. You sit down slower. Stand up with more care. You chalk it up to time, to getting older. But sometimes those small shifts are your bones whispering, "Help me." Mary in Tennessee once said, "I thought I was just tired, just aging. Turns out I was losing bone every year, and I didn't even know it." But here's the truth, and it's a hopeful one. Bone loss doesn't have to steal your strength. It doesn't have to be your story, because when you catch it early, you can fight back. Simple changes, like more calcium, a walk in the sun, gentle weight training, even just knowing what to look for, can make all the difference. The first step is awareness. The second is choosing to care for yourself as deeply as you've cared for everyone else. You've spent a lifetime lifting others. Now it's time to lift yourself. With knowledge, with love, and with the strength you've always carried deep inside. So if any of this feels familiar, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor. Ask for a bone density test. And remind yourself, you're not fragile. You're wise. And that wisdom can protect you. If this video spoke to your heart, please tap the like button. It helps us reach more women just like you. And if you'd like more warm, thoughtful videos on aging with strength, grace, and knowledge, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you in the comments too. Have you noticed any of these signs in yourself or someone you love? Let's lift each other up, one kind word at a time. And remember, you are not alone. You are not weak. You are beautifully strong, even in your quietest moments.